Welcome to Just Landed with your host, Khadija Haliru.
Welcome to Just Landed, discussing what matters to you and showcasing your story, contributions, and culture. Your experiences are important to us, and we'd like to share them. Today with me on the show, we're discussing diabetes and pregnancy, and I have with me two wonderful ladies. Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Abiola Obanla. I'm from Lagos, Nigeria, West Africa. I'm a mother of four, three beautiful boys and a beautiful girl. Awesome. And I'm a full-time student.
All right, what are you studying?
Umba College.
And what your course is?
Nursing.
Oh, you're going to be a future nurse. Thank you. We appreciate nurses always. So what about you, Naomi?
My name is Naomi Pius. I'm from Kenya, East Africa.
Uh-huh.
I'm a mother of two beautiful girls, age 8 and 3.
8 and 3, beautiful.
I just enrolled to Sheridan College. I'm going to do social work.
Awesome. So these are beautiful ladies looking to be, part of our community with beautiful professions. And we're going to be discussing an issue that really hits home with our community. When we talk about the African community, diabetes in pregnancy is recently becoming very prevalent. So can you tell us, both of you say you have experiences with this situation?
Yes.
So Biola, what was your experience like?
I'll tell you, Khadija, it wasn't funny. Really, at first I was really scared. I didn't know what to do. I was all over the place with my food, because I have to get myself familiar with how to, what to eat, how to eat, when to eat, and all that.
So how did you discover you were diabetic in pregnancy?
It was during the various tests that I took while I was pregnant.
So these are the early stages of pregnancy, most women.
Yeah.
And is that the same case with you, Naomi?
Yes, that's what happened.
So as early as how many months, you would say?
Mine was 3 months.
Okay, so first trimester?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the first trimester.
Okay, so basically this is taking off from where we kind of know our diet. We're normally eating regularly, then we discover we're pregnant, right? So that's perhaps when we recognize that we have this problem. So what is your experience, Naomi, in how you had to deal with that?
Well, one thing I learned is portion.
Portions?
Yeah, portions. Sometimes you just eat without thinking. So when you are told you're diabetic, you have to learn how to eat proper, and the portion too. The portion have to be small.
Okay. So we always hear doctors, of course, recommend small portions for all diabetics. So in pregnancy, when you actually need to eat for two, tell me how particularly challenging that is, Biola.
It was really challenging for me. It was really, really challenging because, you have to eat at a particular time. Mm-hmm. You have to have your snack at a particular time, because then I eventually had to go on insulin for this period. So I had to eat at a particular time, have my snack at a particular time.
So this is kind of like dieting, the regular diet that everybody has to,
Yeah.
But more strict, you would say, right?
Strict, yeah, more strict.
So did you notice it helps, or it makes it worse when you don't follow that diet?
Yeah, if you don't follow that diet, I'm telling you, you're putting yourself at risk. So I just have to follow the diets, really strictly adhere to it.
So because I kind of feel that there's a sense that there's an important emphasis on the specific time and the amount.
Yeah.
Not just I'm dieting, I can eat, a little bit in the morning, I can eat a little bit in the afternoon, and maybe snack here and there, but it has to be timely. Yes. Naomi, was that the same experience you had?
Yeah, it was the same, but still some food you can't eat.
Some types of foods you can't eat at all.
You have to cut down. Like you can't eat rice. White rice is too bad for you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can't eat bread.
So it's not just the portions then, it's actually the types of food you eat. You know what, coming back, we'll talk about the different types of foods and actually dieting with African food. So don't go anywhere, just stay right there, we'll be right back.
To be featured on the show, contact us through our website at khadijahaliru.com.
Introducing AfricanBizNet.com, a common place to buy or sell, post free, or feature your ad with magnified pictures. With integrated maps, weekly blogs on local and international people and events, visit us at www.africanbiznet.com, your African marketplace.
This show is supported by local businesses.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching Just Landed, and you can catch us also on YouTube on Just Landed TV, discussing what matters to you, showcasing your story, contributions, and culture. Before the break, we were talking to Naomi and Abiola about dieting with African foods. And first, we had talked about diabetes and pregnancy. Now, when we talk about our African variety of foods, what are the common foods that we have to be aware of so we kind of know what we are into here?
Well, we have to be aware of, like that one I talked earlier, cornmeal, white rice, and dark meat. And you know,
Dark meat.
yeah, and you know, Africans, they like dark meat.
Yes.
We love their dark
We love
meat.
our dark meat. In fact, we hear a lot of doctors say dark meat is not too good for you. But what are the things that you learned? Tell us about what you learned, the details when you're pregnant and you have to be strict.
Yeah, what I learned then was the portion of the food. You can actually eat this food. She just talked about cornmeal and all those carbohydrate for food in from
What are the
West
major
Africa.
common carbohydrate foods that we really have?
In Africa, in West Africa, I know about fufu, especially from Nigeria.
Okay.
Fufu.
Made out of?
Yam.
Okay, yam.
Yeah, that's what we call our own fufu. And we have the other type of fufu, which is made out of cassava.
Cassava, okay.
Yeah. And then we have amala,
Amala
from
from
the Yoruba tribe. It's made out of yam too.
Okay.
But it has, it's processed different way.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have all those, and we have rice. And I always hear that, some people will say, I can stay away from rice. I can give up rice. It's the most
I'm one
common
of them.
food.
I'm one of those
yeah,
people.
But nowadays we have brown rice.
Oh
So
no,
brown rice
I
is-
will stay away from brown rice. I tried to do so many stuff with brown rice. I couldn't get away with it, so I just let it go.
When you say you couldn't get away with it, is it still that your results were not changing?
No, not the result, but the taste in my mouth.
Oh, you mean the
That's,
taste.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
that's
Depends how
just
you
it.
cook it.
So based on the
Exactly.
fact that you can take it because it's better than
It's
the
better
pure
than
white
pure,
rice?
yeah.
Okay, so it is better for you if you're pregnant to take more of the brown rice
Brown
than the
rice.
white rice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
but you still have to serve with a smaller portion
Yes.
too. So,
so what we're getting here is portion is number one.
yeah,
Portion matters.
Then the type of food,
Then you have to put a lot of vegetables and fruits.
vegetables
Yeah.
and fruits. Of
Yeah.
course, we all know that, don't we? And we teach it to our kids. But when we serve in Africa, like you were mentioning, the portion is a very serious problem.
Yeah.
What we think is a portion in our head is not what a normal portion is to
No,
everybody. And our fufus are the main portion, which is what you're saying is the main problem with the sugar there.
yeah.
So whether we're pregnant or we're not pregnant, whether we're just young or old, controlling the diet is so important. And tomorrow, the numbers are showing that they'll be greater than today if we don't change our habits. So just so that we kind of bring it close to home, we want to discuss dieting with African foods and actually visually showing our audience
Yeah, and what
So-
about even stopping having deep fried fish?
deep fried foods.
Yeah, like fish. In West Africa, you guys like having your fish deep fried.
Deep fry, yeah.
we
yeah.
love everything fried.
Everything
Everything
fried.
fried. That's,
I mean,
And
that's
the,
just it.
That's the big problem now.
Really?
Yeah.
So you
yeah,
guys
that is-
in the East African,
instead of having deep fry, you steam.
you steam. So in the East African traditional, say, output for food, you don't do a lot of frying, do you?
No, we do barbecue.
Oh, you guys do more of the
Barbecue, yeah.
barbecue. Okay, so it's more of the grilling, which is a healthier option.
Yeah.
In West Africa, particularly from Nigeria, and I tell you, fried meat
I have seen
Fried
that.
chicken
Yeah, I know. It's just good.
is it.
Yeah, but now after this experience with gestational diabetes, I found out baking my food is even
Even better.
healthier, and
Healthy.
I enjoy it more than
The fried.
fried,
Yeah,
yeah.
most of us, I think, when we eventually settle in and learn that, first of all, we hear it's not healthy, even though we want to change, but we don't have the option. The fact that we have the ovens accessible as it is,
Yeah,
the
in
gas
Canada
top,
too, yeah.
it's quite easy. I personally also do a lot of grilling of the fish, the
and
chicken, and
baking,
it's much healthier. So so why don't we show them how this food actually looks like, just so that we can help you understand visually the difference between what we call a normal serving and what we call a regular African serving. We'll show you some portions and we'll come back to you with that at the end of the show. So don't go anywhere. Right now, I just want us to say a few words to our mothers who are teaching kids how to grow up eating healthy. Some parents say they stick to African foods all through, cooked foods. Some parents say, I buy more outside. So again, processed foods versus home cooked meals, vote.
Or a home cooked meal.
Home cooked meal.
Always a winner, right?
And another thing I would like to tell our viewers is that for the fact that we're from Africa, we're not so used to eating vegetables with our food, especially in Nigeria. We're not used to. The only vegetables we get with spinach, right? We need to introduce some more fruits and veggies to like broccoli,
Yes.
all those stuff, celery and all that to our dinner. Even if it's dinner, lunch, or breakfast, we just have to introduce those.
And it just speaks to saying you're in a new country and you have to try new things because the variety is here. In Africa, you can argue that we don't have as much variety
As we
in
have
West
in
Africa.
Kenya.
I know
We
in
have
East
in
Africa
Kenya.
you have a lot of
We
vegetables.
have vegetables, yeah.
Okay, so it depends on where you're coming from. So when
Yeah.
you come from a place where you may not necessarily recognize the aisle and see all the I'm personally one who stayed away from what I didn't know for a long time before I started to venture into the broccolis, like you said, and curly flowers, and the sprouts,
yeah.
and I love personally the
So you guys don't grow cabbage in West Africa?
we have cabbage,
We
we have
do
lettuce,
have.
we have everything, but we don't have the variety of fruits like the berries and all of that. So when you come in here, you want to definitely try out everything because a combination of everything makes
But
your
you have
food richer.
mangoes?
We do have
Well, we
mangoes.
have a lot of
Plums,
fruits.
And you have plums?
Yeah. No, we
No, we don't
plums.
have plums, but we have other varieties of fruits.
We have other variety of
that are really
fruits.
good. But we don't. We just don't, sit down for dinner or whatever and put the fruits down like they
Exactly.
normally do here.
Oh,
Yeah.
in Kenya, you will be so surprised we do that.
We don't really
Yeah.
do that.
We in Nigeria again is split because I personally am born, bred, and buttered from the north. It's more of a culture thing. In the north, we eat a lot of salads.
Yeah.
We eat a lot of fruits. The habit for especially the Muslims in Ramadan is a lot of fruits and veggies on emphasis on that. So there is some cultures that really understand eating a lot of fruits, and then in the south is more of the heavy fufus and again, I argue we do eat vegetables in Nigeria, especially because we have a lot of, like
Leaves,
there's
all those-
cassava leaves,
yeah.
there's spinach,
spinach.
Yeah.
there's, I know you say we have some versions.
I learned about
We have collard
bitter lemon.
greens.
Bitter leaf, sorry.
Bitter
Bitter
leaf, yes,
leaves,
we have
yeah.
bitter leaves
Yeah, and as we have that bitter leaf in Kenya.
in Kenya too. So we do have healthy stuff, but when we come here, where do we find these foods? That's the next question. All right? Where we find these foods is basically what we're going to discuss, and when we come back, Naomi's going to tell us what her experience was with how to find African foods. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Introducing AfricanBizNet.com, a common place to buy or sell, post free, or feature your ad with magnified pictures. With integrated maps, weekly blogs on local and international people and events, visit us at www.africanbiznet.com, your African marketplace.
To be featured on the show, contact us through our website at khadijahaliru.com.
All right, welcome back. Now we're back with Biola and Naomi. We're discussing foods and dieting with African foods. We have a few samples on the table here, and Biola is going to explain to us, based on the diabetic and pregnancy experience, and generally how we can experience new foods in Canada. Can you show us what you have on the table here?
Yeah, here on the table, I have 2 different sizes of fufu. We call this pounded yam in Nigeria. This is the regular portion.
This is the ideal portion that we
Portion
serve.
for
as a normal
for me
serving.
as a normal serving for me. But after the experience with diabetic gestational diabetic, I have to cut the portion because with this, look at the plate, and
Yeah,
look at
the plate almost like
size.
it's That's it.
There's no space for
no
vegetables,
space.
no space for your protein. You know, the starch took all the space right there.
Yeah.
But look at this one. This is the same food, but smaller portion.
So this is basically more of, you have more space for your vegetables, right? And
yes,
protein.
and the
Okay.
protein. Yeah. And this, it's so surprising. This is just the vegetables. It might look like difficult to cook or something, but it's really, really very easy to cook.
So these
to
are the
prepare.
basic
yeah,
ingredients?
and these are the basic ingredients.
So what do we have here?
We have hot pepper, we have onions, and bell pepper and tomato.
Awesome.
And then we have collard greens right there, and the kale right
So,
there.
yeah. So when it comes to the leaves, this is where we have a problem, right?
Yeah.
I know that these are two leaves I wasn't familiar with.
Great.
So do we have any of these in Africa?
Yes,
Oh.
we do. In Kenya, we grow this one kale, and we call it skuma.
Oh, you call this one, this is
The collard
collard
green?
greens.
No, that one with spinach,
No, this is collard greens.
colored green.
And this is what you call sukuma?
No, we call this one kale.
Oh, kale
Yeah,
is
kale. That's
Okay.
the one we call skuma.
sukuma. Okay.
Yeah, and that's so funny because in Nigeria we don't have kale. I never heard of kale until I got to Canada.
Me too.
But we
Yeah.
have collard greens, and we call it Igbo in Nigeria.
Okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't aware of both of them.
we do
So
have it.
I was all about spinach and cassava leaves,
Yeah,
right?
because most people are so used to spinach, right? We're used to spinach. Even cassava leaf, I never even I don't know.
learned how to
I
use
don't
it
know
'cause
about
it's
that.
high in
Nigeria.
iron.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay. So this is it. Pretty much, if you want to make this work for you, it's just as simple as getting any vegetable that you're used to. And the two we have on the tables are two that are pretty much.
And you know one thing,
Foreign.
Khadija, I always mix this together
I think mixing
to cook it to cook. You know,
So what you do is you mix it all fresh before you fry it.
yeah.
You don't
So how would
fry-
you-
don't
how would
fry,
you-
steam it?
No, we
Okay,
you
let's
can fry
take
it,
Viola
yeah.
in the Nigerian way. How would you put this together?
Okay. Basically, what you do is put your onions on the stove. Like you boil your protein, your meat or chicken, whatever you want to use. Sometimes you can even use fresh fish with it. So you boil it. Then you boil your meat, like season and everything, and you you take 2 cooking spoons of oil.
Okay,
You can use
so-
corn oil, canola oil, vegetable oil, whatever you like. Okay. But for me, I use palm oil. And sometimes I mix the palm oil with the vegetable oil or corn oil.
Okay.
Yeah, you fry that for like 2 minutes. Put in your onions. You know, just saute it a little bit and put in your peppers. Add everything together. Cook it for about 5-7 minutes. Then add salt to taste, some seasoning, and when it's done, just put on your vegetable. And you don't have to cook the
So
veggie
you
on
mix the
high
veggies at the end.
at the end. You don't have to cook your veggies on high heat. Just medium heat
okay.
for some minutes.
Kinda
to
like a
retain
stir
the-
fry.
Yeah, to retain the green,
Awesome.
greenish color.
So
Yeah.
in Kenya, how would you make the
I
same
think
meal?
it's the same. I think it's the same idea.
So pretty much the same idea, except I
same,
guess in
yeah.
our case
Yeah.
we would
Fry,
we
yeah.
fry the basic
Yeah.
Too
ingredients.
much oil.
Yes,
Too
not
much
too much.
oil.
The secret is moderation in everything.
Yeah.
And if you're diabetic, whether it's a man, woman, family, managing, I would recommend do it together as a family. Cook these meals healthy together. Serve them healthy for everyone, because even for our kids, we're teaching them how to eat healthy. If you fill your child's plate with more veggies and protein, you're teaching them how to eat a balanced meal right there. So I think this was a very interesting conversation. We'll keep the conversations coming. If there's a topic that's interesting to you that you'd like to see us talk about on the show, go on to justlandedtv.com and let us hear about it. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter.
To be featured on the show, contact us through our website at khadijahaliru.com.
I thought the show was really informative. I'm really glad I came, and I definitely learned a lot. I was born here in Canada, but I definitely learned the struggles that some of my friends that were newcomers had to go through, and like their parents, and it's really informative, and I'm really happy to see that they've learned from it and that other people can also learn from it. So it's definitely really informative. Especially newcomers and their children, and just to know there's other resources to help you and to just make you feel more comfortable and make you feel more assimilated in the Canadian community.
Very important because it will reach out to the people that just landed and to learn from other people that have been here before.
I like the way the different people had different viewpoints and how they all like brought it together to make one awesome show.
For the first time, and a lot of them do have families and don't know where to go. So this will definitely help them and guide them with with the stories that we've learned, and you just gain wisdom. And I think that even mentorship. So I think it's definitely a show that will grow and not only help us as children or as the youth, but even like our parents and other.
I think it's important because then it helps you, it makes you feel more like you have a support system, you know, like no matter, Africa is pretty big, you know, and in every region or every country, there's always like, I guess, a group of people or a community that will help you in your issues. Because I guess some issues can vary depending on like, I guess, countries, or it just helps you to like feel more comfortable and have like a support system and make you feel like you're not alone.
It will be very good program as we are going. As we just started it now, I can see it growing more and large in the future.
I think this show is important because people need to see the different cultures and how they collaborate with each other. The way people do different things just like opens up their viewpoint.
I see the show growing. I honestly do, because I feel like more people will learn about it, more people will know about it, more people will want to, I guess, be more intrigued in knowing what's out there for the African community and know how to get involved perhaps, or how to even start their own organizations or start their own kind of volunteering.
I see this show growing exponentially. It's sophisticated and it gives people a different viewpoint on different cultures.
We asked you to join the conversation on Twitter at JustLLanded.